Amidst this universe, we have been able to confirm that nothing is merely a coincidence, and things never possess the quality of randomness. That's why many throughout history have dedicated themselves to studying the relationship between various aspects of being and things like the year of our birth. Indeed, many great thinkers have established a clear connection between the last digit of the year of our birth and the challenges and talents that a person possesses, as if speaking of cycles ranging from 0 to 9, where each number configures unique and special aspects that provide those born at that moment with a unique and special configuration. While it is true that all human beings are unique and different, there are similar aspects or challenges among each of the souls that descend to this plane, which could be explored from this hypothesis. Therefore, in this opportunity, we will explore what have been considered the most outstanding characteristics of a person according to the last digit of their birth year. So pay close attention and open your mind to this knowledge, as you could end up discovering aspects of yourself that you had not considered in the past, or even be amazed to come across the idea that many of your own challenges are shared by other people born in the same year. Let's never forget that nothing is coincidence in this vast universe, and although we may seem like simple beings, within us, we are the result of complex and exact connections and alignments. Therefore, let this knowledge guide us and help us better understand our being. Number 0. Considered the eternal connector. They are attributed this name because according to the ideas that the final number of your birth year conceives these beings as special and firmly connected to the universe and everything around them. That is to say, they possess a bond and a connection from their being that goes far beyond the simple, and which gives them an innate gift for understanding. And when we talk about understanding, we don't just refer to the comprehension of the threads and energies that weave the tapestry of the universe and reality, although indeed they find it immensely easier to appreciate these aspects of the universe, making them highly elevated beings full of wisdom. However, this quality also refers to an innate gift for achieving reconciliation and generating peace and harmony wherever they go, and among any group of people, as if the energies of the universe and higher realms flow through them and reach others to propose solutions to the conflicts that arise in everyday life. This gift tends to be developed from a very young age, and it facilitates their being seen as trustworthy individuals capable of instilling peace wherever they are present. It is also important to mention that this connection allows them to provide others with a sense of comfort and wisdom, so they are capable of balancing the inner selves of anyone they encounter. There is no doubt that people born in years ending in the number 0 possess a very special gift, which they end up using most of the time in everything they do and in their surroundings, which is why they often hold diplomatic positions. Another common profession among those born under this number is that of mediators, and those who do not take it up as a profession often perform inherent functions of this nature among their acquaintances, who will freely seek them out and present their dilemmas for them to intervene. These individuals, unlike what we are accustomed to, tend to tirelessly seek peace, not only for their own lives but for the lives of all, giving a profound focus to the issues presented to them, one that is oriented towards the spiritual and energetic. And it is also because of the way they understand the universe that they stand out, drawing the attention of many, not only for that balance and calmness, but also for the way they remain completely calm amid chaos, a quality they can only achieve through the supreme knowledge they possess. Sometimes, these individuals seem to act as the channel between the higher realms and that higher dimension, and us in this third dimension where we reside, having the responsibility to channel that information and wisdom that the realms and beings elevated in consciousness always seek to provide us to help us in our journey on this earthly plane. Number 1, the innovator or pioneer. As it is not uncommon to think, those people who were born in a year whose terminal digit is the number 1 have the quality of wanting to innovate and be the first in everything. So it makes sense that they always seem to challenge the limits of what is conventional and allowed, relying on ingenuity to turn everyday situations and even difficult ones for others around. These individuals also stand out for always going at their own pace and having as a personal challenge to find the most ingenious solutions to everything that comes their way, as they never seem to be satisfied with the ordinary or with regular paths. They are fearless, adventurous, and do not allow themselves to be paralyzed by fear, much less by what for many are impassable paths. And for them, always being able to jump over barriers and doing so ingeniously is extremely fun. Moreover, they are extremely fearless, and they do not fear challenges, finding that every little thing that presents even a bit of difficulty will be an exciting opportunity to test their skills, one they simply cannot miss. The inventiveness of these individuals is simply wonderful, and above all, they appreciate confidence when it comes to letting their skills shine, as the more confidence is placed in them and their analytical ability, the more motivated they feel to excel and find comfortable and unconventional ways to solve situations. People born in a year ending with the number 1 are complete adventurers, and they usually always stand out from others by easily overcoming challenges, always driven by a thirst for fun, adventure, and recognition when completing a task ingeniously. And with all these skills combined, they become natural leaders, something that can be appreciated from a young age in all aspects of their lives, seeing how they lead groups and recreational activities with an indomitable competitive spirit even as children. During their adolescence, we can also see how they enjoy engaging in activities where they must demonstrate leadership and their ability to navigate and guide others in the midst of conflict and strategy. By the time they reach adulthood, these traits don't seem to have diminished, but rather become more prominent aspects of their being, potentially leading them to hold political, innovative, and revolutionary positions as they easily motivate masses to join social, business, and even sports movements. The way these individuals inspire others is simply perfect, and by following them, we can be sure they will give absolutely everything to overcome any challenge with ingenuity and great elegance, characterized by their perseverance and determination. But beyond taking these parts of themselves to a tedious or negative extreme, all these qualities are what make these individuals unique and special beings. Number 2, the intuitive and empathetic. Just as this wonderful number suggests, these individuals are particularly motivated by bonds, connections, and interactions, becoming complete masters in this area, where they stand out thanks to their empathy and ability to determine what affects others. This aspect of their being presents itself as an astonishing ability that often surpasses the limits of words and the ordinary, as if the year of their birth endowed them with a master key capable of opening people's innermost selves and allowing them to see the deepest aspects that affect them. This makes them consoling individuals, whom others freely seek out to confide their secrets and feel the deepest empathy, as they not only understand others but can also make them feel understood, which often helps the other party overcome their struggles. But not only that, they can also detect other types of emotions in people, such as happiness, distress, restlessness, and joy, accurately pinpointing the causes or reasons for these feelings that engulf them. These individuals can simply decipher everything about others through their intuition and receptivity, not only to the external manifestations of their state, but also through their ability to detect these energetic changes in each of the beings around them. Regularly, these people possess the wonderful ability to understand the possible outcomes that each individual may have as a result of their actions and behaviors, being seen by many as individuals capable of predicting others' fortunes in life. Moreover, thanks to the way they are aligned with their energies and the energies of those around them, they can easily provide comfort and advice to all who turn to them. But not only that, they can perceive the world in an incredible way, understanding its rhythms and forms, making it possible for their intuition to guide them and give them signals about things that may come their way in the future. Simply put, these individuals are highly empathetic, precious, and of incalculable value, thanks to the gifts and faculties that the year of their birth seems to have bestowed upon them. So being close to one of these wonderful beings can make you feel a level of compassion and understanding that is unique, even characteristic of the most elevated beings in consciousness. While for some, empathizing and understanding others can feel overwhelming, for these individuals it is a complete pleasure. So they may end up holding positions where dealing with people is necessary, or even becoming counselors or therapists. Number 3. The visionary and creative. Those born in years ending in the number 3 are true artists in our reality, capable of imbuing the world with the beauty they conceive in their restless minds, which cannot appreciate anything other than art and beauty, even in the most minute aspects of our plane. While some simply cannot see the positive things around them, to balance the scale, we find individuals born under this year's terminal number who bring the world the most grandiose and innovative works of art, brightening the lives of all those who can see with their own eyes how they transform what they have at hand into art. There is no doubt that these individuals have a special place in our midst, as they serve as encouraging beings of what is lived. And through the expression of their thoughts and vision, they saturate the world with a beautiful energy that can provide strength and hope even to the most dejected. It seems impressive, but even in the most difficult and heartbreaking scenarios, these souls have the ability to transform everything that appears into something beautiful, opening the minds of others to also see the good and positive in everything. It's as if these beings could brighten everyone's existence and see the good in everything, casting their flashes of light and beauty into the universe from there, and being channels of it so that people can appreciate the light even in the darkest nights. Remember that although things may seem very complex, everything ends up favoring those who manage to prevail in beauty, as even in the saddest and ugliest situations. There is a hidden kind of beauty that only these types of individuals know how to appreciate. The vision shared by those born in years ending in the number 3 goes far beyond what anyone would conceive, and it is a testament to how there are people with the gift of vision, not necessarily vision of other dimensions, but the deep vision of the universe, which in everything provides us with beauty and light, only perceptible to those who know how to see with attention. The arts in which these individuals can develop are truly diverse, ranging from creative writing, performing arts, poetry, literary writing, visual arts, painting, dance, and even music, as there seems to be no clear limit to what those born under this number can do, innovating and making what occupies them something precious that everyone can enjoy. This is why those born in a year ending with the number 3 may end up living off art, whether by creating and commercializing it or by teaching it a bit, thus imparting and bringing beauty to the most remote corners that their eyes perceive. Number 4. The founders and builders. This number grants to all those born under its terminal a unique ability to lay the foundations and pillars of everything possible and imaginable in the midst of our reality, allowing others to find support in them and thus become the center of all construction and constitution. This is a very special task. However, it is also a task that very few can endure, but for which these individuals seem perfectly prepared. So it should not seem strange that these beings end up offering or enjoying being those who pave the way and provide a cushion of safety and comfort for those around them. The truth is that those born under this number are extraordinary people who seem to fulfill an important function and mission in the midst of this reality, being unable to abandon the tasks for which they were designed. The configuration of these individuals simply drives them to always want to build and for others to benefit from the foundations they lay with love and dedication. This is something that should be understood not only in an interpretative sense, but also in a more physical one, as we are not only talking about laying emotional, social, or structural foundations in terms of groups and parties, but they may also end up leaning towards more physical jobs where it is necessary for them to build or construct something. It seems that these individuals are the beginning of everything, and the subjects from whom others lean on to end up doing together the greatest and most amazing things. Remember that mutual support is one of the fundamental bases of greatness in all things, and often to achieve it, a person is needed to take the first step and dare to bear the weight of the beginning of each project, system, or structure. This is what we will achieve in people who have ended up being born in years whose terminal is the number 4, making these beings simply admirable and important within our universe. Because without people who dare to take the first step and bear everything that will end up being what is initiated, we simply would never have anything new to enjoy. It is also important to highlight that not everyone can serve as a foundation for projects and structures, because if anyone has a strong and solid foundation, over time it will end up destroying itself and collapsing upon itself. So even though we may see this as something very simple and even unimportant, the role of these beings is unique and impossible to be carried by others in the same perfect and balanced way in which it is given to them. They can easily orient themselves to any work that involves the construction and establishment of the foundations of any type of project, leaving a wide range of occupations for these individuals to occupy. Number 5. The explorer of universal dynamics. Something very important and that few accept is the quality that life has of being constantly in motion and transformation. And this is because for certain people, the idea of having to face change every day and at every moment of their existence is terrifying. While for some, the idea of transformation and constant evolution is frightening, for many others it is a precious gift that the universe gives them. So their premise is to take each day as a new opportunity that opens up to them. People born in years whose terminal number is 5 possess this beautiful quality, which makes them have the world in their hands, because there is nothing more beneficial for us than our ability to accept change and use everything that comes into our lives as a driving force in our process and development. People born under the terminal of year 6 also end up having an extremely broad vision of the universe and an acceptance that even the most complex things are a divine gift that the cosmos gives us so that we can develop a part of ourselves, which makes them capable of creating and manifesting absolutely everything they seek in their lives and realities. These individuals usually cannot stay still, and the feeling of being at rest or stagnant represents one of the worst things that can exist for them. Even becoming sick at the idea of not being able to progress or grow even more, which makes many see them as ambitious, but it actually goes far beyond what they can achieve materially, because what they really seek is more focused on the internal. From a very young age, their profound desire for growth can be appreciated in these individuals, as they always seek activities and spaces to grow and develop all aspects of their being comprehensively, including knowledge, physical abilities, and the capacities that make up their being. They are entirely restless, enthusiastic, and walk through life fearlessly, but with an enormous desire for self-improvement that not only allows them to achieve their goals on an intangible level, but also translates that growth and success into the earthly realm. However, this is not their main objective. Rather, everything they want and that motivates them is much more linked to their internal aspects. Whatever profession they dedicate themselves to, they will do it with great dedication and passion, aware that everything they sow within themselves will end up growing and flourishing in beautiful ways, so they give their all to each new learning process. Number 6. The harmonious and healer. For some, this is one of the most precious and beautiful configurations a human being can have, because these individuals actually have the ability to let beautiful and healing energies flow through them, allowing others to enjoy them, restoring not only their health, but also the harmony and balance that very few people have nowadays. And even though what we see may be completely discouraging, a single touch from this person can make everything end up changing in our favour and for the benefit of our health and well-being, so we can easily recognise them among many others. We all know that healing energies are real, and that many people throughout history have been able to bring comfort to those around them through them, causing their names to be written in history for working great miracles, such as those of Jesus Christ in the Bible's parables. This leads us to think that Jesus was actually perfectly aligned with the healing energies of the world, a gift that has also been bestowed upon other great figures throughout history to whom great miracles are attributed. However, it is not only the known facts that lead us to think that such people exist, but also many cases of people who are healers and instill harmony among their peers have passed inadvertently. Great shamans and healers have been born under this year's terminal, which has also led people to think that there is indeed a clear connection between them and the moment they were born. These individuals are highly compassionate, kind, aligned with their energies and those of the universe, and they are not intimidated by any setback or illness, as even fear can alter the energies they channel to heal others. And in reality, they are those channels through which these energies flow from the infinite confines of the universe to anyone who needs them. From a very young age, this aspect of their personality can be reflected in how they immediately rush to the aid of those around them, whether they have fallen and hurt themselves, and seek to help them through any type of external action or understanding they may have at the moment that they feel brings relief to the other. As they grow up, they may even become fascinated by less conventional techniques such as hands-on healing, acupuncture, massage therapy, aromatherapy, and other similar practices, including Reiki. However, they also feel a strong calling to the health sciences, so some end up as therapists, nurses, or doctors, understanding that their skills seem to never fail them at any time. Number 7. The mystical lovers. People born in years ending in 7 are very peculiar and curious individuals, as they feel a higher interest than others in discovering the meaning of life and every tiny detail hidden behind the idea of the universe and cosmos. They eagerly seek answers to their questions, standing out among others as they delve into the doubts and ideas they have carried with them almost since their consciousness was formed. This may seem like utter madness, but in reality, the way a person perceives their awakening can be even more intense than others, and there is actually no set age for this, contrary to those who think that a great age is required to understand what the universe whispers to us from the moment of our birth. These beings have a tendency towards the mystical and the occult that is quite uncommon, having from an early age an unorthodox conception of the universe and everything it comprises, but especially being able to seek from consciousness the information that calls powerfully to their souls. For many, these individuals may seem completely unhinged for seeking a deeper knowledge beyond the apparent in every moment, but we cannot forget that in reality, nothing is just what we can see or perceive with our senses. Instead, the universe weaves delicate energetic threads that intertwine and eventually manifest what we know and experience in our reality. Few can accept these premises and this knowledge as easily as those born in years ending in the number 7, as their year of birth seems to give them an extra push towards the holistic, spiritual, and energetic, as well as providing them with a thirst for knowledge and wisdom that leads them to passionately investigate all these topics. Thanks to the knowledge they end up acquiring, these individuals always manage to tune in and connect with their soul and the deepest parts of themselves, unlocking great abilities within their being and becoming giants in understanding the universe. So they will always stand out in these types of topics. Surely, at some point in our lives, we have encountered someone like this, and the time spent with them is enriching because, in addition to being great seekers of knowledge, these individuals enjoy sharing it with others. And this happens greatly because of the understanding that knowledge is power, and it is meant to be shared. It is likely that these types of people end up dedicating their lives to research, especially research that speaks of the universe and all its components, whether it is approached from a scientific point of view or from a slightly more spiritual perspective. But regardless of the form in which they seek knowledge, these individuals will not stop until they obtain it and satisfy their thirst for understanding.
Number 8! Those seeking karmic balance.
Without a doubt, all those born in a year ending with the number 8 are individuals with a supreme ability to understand karma and the consequences that each of their actions carries, so it is not surprising that they become beings with a very balanced and harmonious path. Although this may be seen as an insignificant point in one's being, the truth is that the rewards after understanding this energetic dynamic are among the most valuable treasures a person can have, as it speaks of the way in which, with a high level of consciousness, they will walk in harmony with their actions until they achieve each and every one of their goals. There is no doubt that a more harmonious path that takes advantage of the strong energy currents provided by the universe can be a determining factor when talking about success and results, both intangible and tangible. Therefore, those individuals born under the ending of this year are privileged, as their year of birth gives them a supreme understanding of life and the universe, allowing them to take advantage of it on the path toward their set goals. Let us remember that the universe is completely perfect and infallible, so none of our actions go unnoticed. Absolutely all of them resonate in the universe, and then in our reality in a perfect and completely proportional way, and this is nothing other than that well-known karma, which makes more than one tremble just by mentioning it. But when one is as balanced as those born under the year ending number 8, there is no karma that scares or stops us, because everything they externalize and do is done from consciousness and understanding. Let us remember that karma not only aligns with the negative actions of the individual, but it is also possible to understand it from positive actions, generating good karma for those who act in accordance with these precepts. Seeing this, we must come to the conclusion that it will not only be avoiding bad karma that will benefit the lives of these individuals, but the knowledge and ability granted to them by the year of their birth will allow them to sow seeds of kindness, light, and success in the universe, which will later flourish in their lives. A key factor when talking about people born under this year number is how we will see them conduct themselves harmoniously through life, avoiding conflict or harm to others at all costs, and always seeking to stay away from complex situations in which their own being or the well-being of others may be compromised. These individuals always appear balanced and devoid of ill intentions toward their surroundings, always seeking to contribute positively to their own development and that of those around them. Number 9. The Universal Philanthropists. To conclude this brief journey of knowledge, we must talk about those born under the year ending number 9, who possess some of the most beautiful and kind hearts that exist, as the configuration of their being drives them to help anyone who crosses their path and to carry out profound acts of charity and kindness. These people have beautiful and generous hearts, seeing everyone around them as valuable individuals deserving of love and assistance, even if for others, providing support is not a necessary aspect of their existence. As it is obvious to think, the help they provide is always selfless, and they do not mind keeping the bare minimum for themselves as long as they can uplift others. This results in these individuals receiving much more from the universe than they initially invest in their social and charitable actions, as the universe rewards them and provides them with more resources so they can reach more souls. The precious way in which everything they do ends up coming back to them is something that does not escape the curious eye of society, and often they are even judged for this desire, although more often than not they end up receiving recognition for what they do. But these people do not actually seek to earn merits, and the only recognition they require is from the universe for living according to their precepts and principles, as it is more than enough to fill their hearts and beings in an inexplicable way. We all know how these good deeds not only impact the lives and reality of others, sometimes providing a necessary point of light so that people do not end up choosing wrong paths, but also have an incredible effect on themselves, making their lives and everything they occupy much more beautiful and fruitful. These individuals are beacons that provide light and illuminate the path for others, making humanity and the entire world a better place to live, and raising from example a complete army of people willing to help and bring much light to the entire universe. The feeling of satisfaction in knowing that they have helped others becomes addictive for these individuals, And it is not uncommon for them to end up leading large movements in favor of assisting the most vulnerable groups, always seeking to extend the networks of their help far beyond what is imaginable. The contributions that these individuals end up giving to the world are precious and immeasurable, as many times they do not even require large resources to do beautiful work, not only limiting themselves to people, but also seeking to help animals and the environment, as they understand that the universe is a whole, and not just humans are an important part of it. It's impressive to think about how the year of our birth can influence so many aspects of our being, but indeed it's something that many have confirmed over time, and that today is still a concept that remains relevant. That's why I would like you to go to the comments section and tell me what year you were born and which of the aspects we have mentioned for that number characterizes you. You can also tell me if a loved one fits the description we have given you. If you enjoyed this content, you can let me know by giving it a like and subscribing to this channel to continue exploring the realms of unconventional knowledge together. Remember, you can also share this knowledge with anyone you wish and invite them to join this space of learning where everyone is welcome. We'll always be in touch here, sharing information related to the greatest mysteries of the universe, so I hope to see you in our next edition. Until then, I send you blessings and much light.